Now, as we know, 32-year-old Nick Reiner has been formally charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder in connection with the apparent stabbing deaths of his parents, renowned director Rob Reiner and photographer and producer Michelle Singer Reiner, who were found dead in their Los Angeles home back on December 14th.
The entire industry feels frozen right now, like someone hit pause.
Few actors in Hollywood have achieved the kind of enduring fame and cinematic influence that Tom Cruise commands. For over 4 decades, Cruise has not only captivated audiences with his magnetic performances, but has consistently redefined the standards of action cinema, blending charisma, athleticism, and a relentless dedication to his craft. As 2026 unfolds, the actor remains in the spotlight, not merely for his roles on screen, but for his insistence on pushing the boundaries of what is physically possible in film. Cruise's latest venture, the ongoing Mission Impossible series, has become a testament to both his stamina and his meticulous approach to filmmaking. From hanging off the side of an Airbus at 5,000 feet to executing complex parkour sequences without a stunt double, Cruise has cultivated a reputation for authenticity that few in Hollywood dare to emulate. But beyond the daring stunts and box office triumphs, Cruise's enduring relevance also lies in his careful navigation of a volatile industry, his savvy project choices, and his ability to reinvent himself without ever losing the essence of his screen persona. As audiences eagerly anticipate his upcoming projects, the story of Tom Cruise is as much about his present endeavors as it is about the remarkable trajectory that brought him here. In this in-depth report, we explore Cruise's recent accomplishments, revisit key milestones from his career, examine his influence on Hollywood and action cinema, and consider what the future holds for one of the most tenacious and celebrated figures in the film industry. The Mission Impossible franchise has long been a cornerstone of Cruise's career, but the release of Dead Reckoning Part 2 has arguably cemented his status as the ultimate action star. Filming for the 2-part installment was a Herculean effort, spanning multiple continents and involving some of the most ambitious stunts ever attempted in the series. Cruise, now in his early 60s, performed the majority of his stunts himself, demonstrating a commitment that has become synonymous with his name. Among the film's most talked-about sequences was a zero-gravity fight scene filmed aboard an actual aircraft, requiring Cruise to endure hours of parabolic flight to simulate weightlessness. Additionally, several scenes involved high-speed chases on motorcycles and helicopters, coordinated with military-grade precision. Director Christopher McQuarrie praised Cruise's dedication. Early box office numbers have confirmed that audiences continue to respond to this commitment. Dead Reckoning Part 2 opened to record-breaking figures in multiple international markets, proving that Cruise's draw is not merely a function of nostalgia, but a testament to sustained audience engagement. While Top Gun: Maverick premiered in 2022, its cultural and cinematic influence continues to resonate. Cruise reprising the role of Pete "Maverick" Mitchell exemplified the actor's ability to revisit iconic characters while infusing them with contemporary relevance. Critics hailed the film for its combination of practical aerial stunts and emotional resonance, and Cruise's participation in the promotion, including appearances at international premieres and interviews, underscored his dedication to not only performing but also personally championing his projects. The film's success has also sparked renewed interest in the original Top Gun from 1986, demonstrating Cruise's lasting impact on popular culture. Analysts have noted that few actors in Hollywood manage to maintain relevance across multiple generations, and Cruise's ability to anchor both blockbuster franchises and legacy properties has been central to his career longevity. In addition to his marquee projects, Cruise has been involved in a variety of other endeavors that showcase his versatility. Collaborations with acclaimed directors like Steven Spielberg, Stanley Kubrick, and Paul Thomas Anderson highlight his range, from high-octane action to nuanced dramatic roles. Reports indicate that Cruise is also exploring producing projects under his banner, further solidifying his influence behind the camera. Beyond traditional cinema, Cruise has embraced emerging formats, including streaming releases and IMAX-first initiatives, ensuring that his work remains accessible and technically forward-looking. Industry insiders note that Cruise's strategic choices reflect not only a desire to entertain, but also a keen understanding of how the industry evolves, a factor that has kept him relevant in an era dominated by younger stars and franchise fatigue. 8 months after they were first linked together during a night out in London on Valentine's Day last year, Tom Cruise and Ana de Armas ended their brief romance, leaving fans gutted that their favorite action hero had failed to find the fourth Mrs. Cruz. A source confirmed at the time, Tom and Anna had a good time together, but their time as a couple has run its course. They are going to remain good friends, but they aren't dating anymore. They just realized they weren't going to go the distance and that they are better off as mates. While the pair's relationship quickly heated up, with Anna, 37, reportedly unable to resist Tom's charms, which saw the Mission Impossible hunk with the actress with dinners at lavish restaurants and flights in his private jet. We were told at the time that Tom had been left humiliated and hurt after Anna's affections cooled. Tom's a sensitive guy, he loves hard and he expects loyalty, and when he doesn't get it, he spirals. He's in a pretty dark place right now and saying he might as well just give up on dating, a source told us. But after over 4 decades as one of Hollywood's leading men, Tom has shown nothing but resilience in the face of any personal adversity, and now we're told the Top Gun star is back at his best and is still determined to find Mrs. Right following 3 divorces. This time around, however, a source tells us that Tom, 63, may edit his metaphorical dating profile to include women closer to his own age, and pals close to the megastar believe they may have already found him the perfect match, his former Top Gun co-star, the gorgeous Meg Ryan, who, at 64, is 1 year older than Tom. A source says, a lot of people in their worlds think they'd make a great couple, and there are people in both their camps trying to nudge this along. No doubt it would be great for both of them just from a publicity standpoint, but that isn't the driving force in this push to get them together. The bigger reason is that Meg and Tom have real chemistry. Off-screen, they have also both endured their own fair share of heartbreak. With Tom having experienced the breakdown of 3 marriages to Mimi Rogers, 1987 to 1990, Nicole Kidman, 1990 to 2001, and Katie Holmes, 2006 to 2012 in the public eye, rom-com queen Meg's love life has also been highly publicized. Meg divorced her first husband Dennis Quaid in 2001 amidst allegations of cheating from both sides. At the time, Meg had embarked on a relationship with actor Russell Crowe but later insisted, "I didn't leave my marriage for Russell Crowe. I left my marriage." On her marriage breakdown, Meg told the New York Times in 2019, "Divorce is hard. Love is hard. All those things were so personal. They weren't for mass consumption." The When Harry Met Sally actress then moved on with her long-term partner, singer John Mellencamp, in 2010, before the pair ended their engagement in 2019. And we're told their respective experiences of having to endure their heartbreak publicly had led to a level of comfort between them that both Meg and Tom have struggled to come by in their worlds. The respect and admiration is there, and both of them have had some serious bad luck dating-wise over the past few years, the insider says. They've known each other forever and they genuinely trust each other, so there's a comfort level there that's rare for both of them with their level of status and fame. Meanwhile, Tom's obsession and commitment to his career is also something Meg can relate to, having herself admitted that she struggles to balance her romantic life with her work. The obsession with Tom Cruise's height. Is he a giant of cinema? Absolutely. Is he a giant in a pair of socks? Not exactly. Cruise remains the unquestioned box office king in 2026. At 63, he's still making actors half his age ashamed of their cardio. But the puzzle of his physical stature is a lamentable hot potato. To see the man, you must go beyond the film magic and into the real facts and the wizardry that make him look 6 feet tall, like a superhero. Why look, let us cease dancing round it. The official word on Tom Cruise's height has been massaged more than a professional athlete's hamstrings. Most reliable industry sources and biometric data today pin him at 5 feet 7 inches, 170 centimeters. In the 80s, a few PR people attempted to make him sound 5'9", which is completely untrue. Any person who has spotted him on a red carpet beside a run-of-the-mill security guard has known otherwise. He's 5'7". It is 2 inches shorter than the average American male. However, here's the point. Who cares? He's Tom Cruise. He has had 40 years to show that there is no correlation between vertical inches and star power. It is this tiresome, old-fashioned Hollywood notion about action stars being huge. We are accustomed to the appearance of guys like The Rock or Hemsworth who were hewn out of a mountain. The discrepancy between the real size of Tom and the giant size on the screen gives this strange fascination considering the fact that he is a world icon. It is not assisted by the fact that his dating life had always made the difference prominent. His type is very particular, and his type is generally a few inches taller than himself. Such a big height difference in the high profile has ensured that tabloid writers have been in business over decades. Really caught fire because he never seemed bothered by standing next to taller women. He has that confidence of a short king that every guy would kill to possess. While not much is known about Starfighter at present, Levy recently said that the film takes a similar approach to storytelling to Netflix hit show Stranger Things, which he co-directed and executive produced alongside the Duffer Brothers. That also included his landmark first-look deal with Warner Brothers Pictures in January of 2024, and now we're finally getting to see the first project from that collaboration. On Thursday, Warner Brothers Pictures and Legendary Entertainment finally unveiled the first details around the movie and even a brief teaser of footage. The project is titled Digger and is being billed as a comedy of catastrophic proportions. The teaser footage shows Cruise, disheveled and armed with cowboy boots and a shovel, dancing throughout an apartment and on a pier. Additionally, the footage confirmed that Digger will be released exclusively in theaters on October 2nd. Digger will star Cruise as Digger Rockwell, who is described as the most powerful man in the world who embarks on a frantic mission to prove that he is humanity's savior before the disaster he's unleashed destroys everything. The cast of Digger also includes Sandra Huller, John Goodman, Michael Stuhlbarg, Jesse Plemons, Sophie Wilde, Riz Ahmed, and Emma Darcy. The film is directed by Birdman and the Revenant director Alejandro González Iñárritu, from a script that he co-wrote with Nicholas Giacobone and Alexander Dine-Laris, along with Sabina Berman. There's a lot to unpack here. As someone who adored Iñárritu's work on Birdman, the similar kitschy vibes from the teaser and marketing are encouraging. And the notion of Cruise doing a genuine comedy again, after years of starring in high-octane action fare and legacy sequels, feels like a breath of fresh air. Jerry Maguire and even his unrecognizable performance in Tropic Thunder prove that he has the timing down pat, and I can't wait to see it in this new context. In the crowded sea of actors now populating Hollywood, it's quite amazing to see how someone like Tom Cruise has sprinted across the screen for over 40 years. The 63-year-old actor is part of a dying breed of movie stars whose name alone is almost enough to sell an audience on whatever film he's cast in. From clinging to the side of a plane to doing a halo, high-altitude low-opening jump from a plane at 25,000 feet in the air, Cruise continues to keep not only the audiences glued to their seats, but also his health insurance agents. After climbing buildings and mountains for over 40 years, it only took a few steps for Cruise's career to reach new heights. On November 16, 2025, Cruise finally received his first Oscar at the 16th Annual Governor's Awards in Los Angeles, California. The Governor's Awards bestow honorary Oscars for lifetime achievements in film, with Cruise being one of 3 people receiving the award that night. The event usually draws in numerous filmmakers and actors, typically serving as an opportunity for them to shop recent films ahead of the Oscars nominations. The gala drew in many Oscar contenders like Ryan Coogler, Leonardo DiCaprio, Sydney Sweeney, Dwayne Johnson, Guillermo del Toro, Oscar Isaac, and Jeremy Allen White. Many of them, including Wicked, For Good star Ariana Grande, stopped by to congratulate Cruise as he mingled with past collaborators like Steven Spielberg and Gwyneth Paltrow. The event was hosted by actor and comedian Will Arnett, with filmmaker Alejandro G. Iñárritu, whose next film stars Cruise, presenting the award to the legendary movie star. "Making films is not what I do. It is who I am," Cruise remarked in his acceptance speech. He was grateful to be surrounded by so many familiar faces in the film industry, saying, "I see all of y'all's work and believe me, you inspire me. You challenge me, and you expand in my mind what I think is possible. And you are all my friends, and it's an honor to be here with you all tonight." Cruise dived deep into his love for cinema, saying how going to the theater transported him to another world and seemed like magic. He thanked everyone he's collaborated with and met in his care, citing how cinema is not built by one person, not a single performance, not a single voice. It is built by communities, by craftsmen, by artists, and who pass that knowledge hand to hand, set to set, generation to generation. Legendary singer Dolly Parton was also honored with a separate award known as the Jean Hersholt Humanitarian Award for her philanthropic work, including being an advocate for the LGBTQ community and a funder of medical research which led to development of Moderna's COVID-19 vaccine. While Parton may not have been there in person to accept the award, She left a pre-recorded message for the audience due to her having a previously announced medical procedure that day. The honorees consisted of director/actor/choreographer Debbie Allen and production designer Wynn Thomas. Both of them also accepted honorary Oscars for their contributions to the film industry, posing with Cruise for several press photos as they all held their Oscars. This marks an incredible achievement for all the honorees, with Cruise finally receiving his first Oscar despite being nominated